Good morning and welcome to this week's edition of the Bull and Bear Show. A special edition this week from Manhattan Beach. That's the pier right there in the background, and what's all the commotion? That's the Manhattan Beach Open Beach Volleyball Tournament. In fact, we got local favorite and local hero Ed Ratledge playing with Eric Zahn right on the court behind me. It's been a great weekend, so check it out. You can watch the matches online. Let's get to the top three things. Let's start with our Bull of the week, then we'll go to the Bear, then this week's Steer, and also later we have a special interview with Kelly Larson, the most dominant female blocker on the tour this year, and Betsy Flint, and they've been having a great run. Let's talk about the top three things. This week's Bull, it's still earnings. Earnings is the number one thing on the list. It's bullish. Because the earnings have been strong, right? The S&P plus 5% sales growth, plus 9% earnings per share growth, and that's the same story in the NASDAQ, the Russell, and the Dow. We're about 90% of the way through earnings season, and it's been bullish all the way through. That's why we had an all-time high just last week in the S&P. So we've had a little bit of a correction, and we'll get to that, but earnings are still bullish. Let's talk about point number two, and that's yields. Yields have come down, and that's good actually if you own real estate or you own utilities or you own a bond or a bond fund. Your value of those assets has gone up as yields have fallen. And why have those yields fallen? That's because inflation has rolled over. Inflation never really picked up. As oil prices fall, gas prices, commodity prices fall, things are cheaper, your money goes further. And you know, the Fed and the ECB, they're trying to create inflation, but they just can't. They've basically, you're seeing like 1.5% inflation rates really around the globe, and that's why gold is doing well this week. So that's our bear for the week is inflation and yields have really rolled over. And number three, our steer for the week, right, is volatility. You know, we don't start the show talking about things like North Korea. That was so last week, right? Charlottesville, that was last weekend. This week we had Bannon resign, and we've got protests in Boston. Those things are news stories, they're narratives for the day, and it creates a little bit of volatility, and volatility usually comes in clusters. In fact, if you've been watching the show, you know that just 3 weeks ago we talked about the most peaceful market in history has been this market this year in the United States, with the lowest number of the lowest volatility levels on record. And we're still seeing, if you look at the actual under the hood numbers, we see that the realized volatility is very low. We see that the earnings are strong, and that's why volatility is low. And you get these little rips. Volatility usually comes in clusters, but if you look at things like volume on the market, it's low. These sell-offs, these corrections that we had, they're correcting off of the all-time high, and it's not really panic selling. It's just corrections, selling off the top. So I wouldn't really be too worried about it. In fact, this is probably a buying opportunity if you have cash. So those are the top three things. Earnings season, bullish, yields and inflation falling, bearish, and the steer this week is volatility. One more thing I want to talk about real quick in terms of tax planning is your special cash balance pension fund. If you are a business owner, a high income earner, don't write that check to Uncle Sam, write it to your pension plan. You can deduct $200,000 to $300,000 a year. If you're 50 to 65 years old and a business owner, you should seriously be looking at a cash balance pension plan to reduce your tax burden and put that money into a tax deductible, tax deferred pension plan account for yourself and for your partners and your employees. Call us to talk more about that. So that's this week's Bull and Bear Show. The following segment is an interview with Betsy Flint and Kelly Larson. We look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great weekend. All right, everybody, welcome to Manhattan Beach and the granddaddy of beach volleyball, the Manhattan Open. We have some very special guests this week on the Bull and Bear Show. A team that has been sponsored by Centennial Benefits and the Alera Group. There you go, rocking the tattoo there, that's true commitment. We have Betsy Flint on the left, the defender extraordinaire, and one of the tour's most dominating blockers this year, Kelly Larson. So how are you guys feeling this weekend, first of all?
Feeling good. We're ready. This is such a big tournament with a lot of teams, and it's the AVP's biggest tournament, so we're super excited to be here. And we've just played our first match and won, so our next match is about an hour.
Wow.
Feeling good.
Now, I understand you guys have some cool pre-game rituals that you go through. Tell me about what you guys like to do.
Yeah, we usually like to play cards. Kelly forgot them today, so
I'll
tomorrow.
bring them tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
And we usually like to race before just to get it going quick.
Now, what kind of race is it that you guys do?
We
Just
go sideline to sideline. When we get on our court, about 10 minutes till we start, 10, 15 minutes, we just do one quick race, touch a line and back.
Now, who usually wins?
We both do.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
It's back and forth. It's
There you go.
really tight, so
Now, how long have you guys been playing together?
It's our third year?
third season together.
That's great. And how long have you guys known each other?
About the same.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe a little longer.
she played at LMU, I played at Pepperdine, so we saw each other on the other side of the net a lot. Kind of rivals, rival colleges, so it's fun teaming up after college and being on the same side of the court.
Right. So here's a benefits-related question, right? Kelly, for you, what is a benefit of playing with Betsy?
A benefit?
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many. Where do I start? She's a digging machine, so it makes my job easy up at the net. Also, we have really good chemistry, good on and off the court, which I think is really important. We spend so much time together, training, traveling.
Right.
So just like kind of our chemistry and our rhythm has been good, and we know how each other plays after 3 years. So
Yeah.
it's been fun. for
That's
sure.
great. And Betsy, for you, what's a benefit of playing with Kelly?
Well, same. She's a walking machine. But yeah, I think she just brings the best out in me, and I can get like really serious, and she's always like smiling and upbeat, and just like, I don't know, makes it fun to play. So,
Right.
Yeah, same thing, just chemistry.
There you go. It is a game after all, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Very good. Well, thank you guys so much for your time, and good luck to you here in Manhattan Beach. We hope to see you guys on Sunday afternoon in the finals.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye. Thanks.